Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Nikita. Good afternoon, Aarti. Good afternoon, Naresh. Am I audible and visible? Yes, please ping me so that I can begin with the session. Good afternoon, Nivedita. Am I audible and visible? Yes, guys. Good afternoon. Anna Gons, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Now, today we are going to begin with another important chapter of medieval Indian history, and that chapter is Tughlaq dynasty. And here also, in a very systematic manner, we are going to understand about how this person, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he came to power. Okay. Now, before we talk about Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, I'll also go for a quick revision of Khilji dynasty just for 2 to 3 minutes, so that the aspirants, those who are new to the platform, can easily understand the concepts. Okay, guys? Now, before I begin, hello everyone, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome to studyIQ IAS English. Another important aspect, many students have a question in the comment section, sir, where to download the PDF of all these sessions from? One can download the PDF of these sessions from my Telegram channel, history_Alok Ojha. I repeat, history_Alok Ojha. Okay? Just a second, guys. Let me check. Is there any technical error or... Okay. So, now, let's start with the Tughlaq dynasty. And here, like how yesterday we saw about the Battle of Khilji, how Battle of Khilji actually changed the entire course of history, particularly, and it prevented the invasion of Mongols. Similarly, in today's short session of 35 to 40 minutes maximum, we are going to understand how Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq came to power with the help of his son Juna Khan, also referred as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. After this, we are also going to see about the city or the fort of Tughlaqabad, which was being constructed by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq and is also referred a cursed fort. And many historians also believe that this fort actually became the reason for the death of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. It was a curse of a Sufi saint referred as Nizamuddin Auliyaji, also referred as Mehboob-e Illahi, beloved of Allah. He cursed this person, and that became the reason for the death of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So before we start with Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, let's understand how this person Ghiyasuddin came to power. Okay? So please stick in the video till the end. It's not a lengthy one. It's a short video of 35 to 40 minutes. But here we are going to discuss important concepts. Okay? Now, let's understand this entire scenario. How this person actually came to power. Now, pay attention carefully. Listen to me carefully for easier understanding of the concept. We have seen about the Khilji dynasty. After the death of Alauddin Khilji, there was a complete chaotic situation in the entire region of Delhi. And seeing this as an opportunity, Malik Kafur usurped the throne. But the destiny had something else written for Malik Kafur. Soon Malik Kafur was being deposed or dethroned by one of the sons of Alauddin Khilji, whose name was Qutubuddin Mubarak Shah. Okay, I repeat, Qutubuddin Mubarak Shah. Qutubuddin Mubarak Shah, he completely reversed the policies that were being followed by Alauddin Khilji. He reversed the policy of blood and iron. He assumed the title Al-Wasik Billah. In simple words, I am the caliph. Apart from being the sultan, I am also the religious head. And this title was assumed by Mubarak Shah. Now, Mubarak Shah, he had one of the commanders, he had one of the nobles whose name was Khusrau Khan. Khusrau Khan, he murdered his own master and became the new Sultan of Khilji dynasty. Try and understand this. This is a very important scenario where I'm going to explain how Ghiyasuddin came to power. Okay? So Qutbuddin Mubarak Shah, he was being killed by one of his noble whose name was Khusrau Khan. Many historians do believe that Khusrau Khan was the only Hindu convert to sit on the throne of Khilji dynasty. Not only on the throne of Khilji dynasty, but of the entire Delhi Sultanate. Now, Khusrau Khan was murdered by one person whose name was Ghazi Malik, also referred as Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. And particularly, after murdering Khusrau Khan, there was foundation of another important dynasty referred as Tughlaq dynasty, which saw three important personalities in the form of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who is also referred by many historians as a wise fool, and the third one, Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Okay, so here let's explore the story of how Ghazi Malik came to power by killing Khusrau Khan. Okay, now let's explore. Ghazi Malik, initially he was working for Alauddin Khilji. And during the time of Alauddin Khilji, he was Arz-e-Mamalik, that is military commander. He was also the governor of a place called as Dipalpur, which is located in the region of Punjab. Okay. Now, this person Ghazi Malik was very loyal to Alauddin Khilji. After that, he was very loyal to one of the sons of Alauddin Khilji, referred as Qutbuddin Mubarak Shah. But as we have discussed, Qutbuddin Mubarak Shah, he was being murdered by Khusrau Khan. So what happened? At this time, Ghazi Malik was governor of Punjab, Dipalpur. He did not like the murder of his master, Mubarak Shah, and Khusrau Khan, one of the, what we say, Hindu converts sitting on the throne of Delhi Sultanate. So at any condition, Ghazi Malik wanted to kill Khusrau Khan. But he knew that although he was governor of Dipalpur, he did not have support of many major nobles. Apart from this, he did not have that strong army in comparison to the Khusrau Khan who was sitting on the throne of Delhi Sultanate. So it is not easy to murder this person, Khusrau Khan. So here a different strategy needs to be adopted. So what happened? Ghazi Malik, he wrote a letter to his son Juna Khan. Juna Khan, also referred as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Please listen to me in a very systematic manner I am trying to explain. So Ghazi Malik, he wrote a letter to Juna Khan. Ghazi Malik was governor of Dipalpur in Punjab, and Juna Khan was holding high office in Delhi. So as soon as he wrote the letter to Juna Khan, what happened? Juna Khan sent one of his messenger named as Ali Yagdi to Ghazi Malik and said that, do not worry, I am coming up with few people and I will discuss the strategy to kill Mubarak Shah. Okay, I repeat, it was not easier for Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq to kill Khusrau Khan. So Ghazi Malik, the governor of Dipalpur, Punjab, he dispatched a letter to his son Juna Khan, referred as Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and called him to Dipalpur for certain discussion. And the entire message was being carried out by a person named as Ali Yagdi. Juna Khan, he comes to Ghazi Malik. He has a meeting at a place called as Dipalpur. But unfortunately, what happens? Khusrau Khan comes to know about the meeting. How? When Ali Yagdi was taking the message to Ghazi Malik, Khusrau Khan came to know about this. And immediately Khusrau Khan dispatched one of his commander referred as Shaista Khan to find out who are present in the meeting. But Shaista Khan was unsuccessful in that case. The meeting was conducted in a very brilliant manner. and the entire plot was ready. So the father-son duo, Ghazi Malik and Juna Khan, they knew that single-handedly they won't be able to kill Khusrau Khan. So we need to require the support of others. We need the support of the neighboring governors who actually have animosity. With whom? Who actually have animosity with Khusrau Khan. Okay? Plot was ready. Now Juna Khan, along with his father, Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, they dispatched letters to 6 different governors. The first letter was dispatched to a person named as Behram, who was governor of Uch. And this person, Behram, he was ready to support Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq against Khusrau Khan. So first candidate was in. Then comes another person, Mughlati. He was governor of Multan. This person refused. Why did he refuse? Mughlati said that I am already facing internal strife. Many nobles who are under my governorship are revolting against me. First, I have to keep my position intact. How can I help you? So this person, Mughlati, refused. I won't be able to help you. Another person, Malik Lakhi, third letter was sent to him. Malik Lakhi, what did he do? He refused to support the person. He refused to support Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. And apart from this, Malik Lakhi, what did he do? He sent another letter to Khusrau Khan and said that a plot is getting planned to murder you by Ghazi Malik, his son Juna Khan or Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and with the help of other governors. So this person, Khusrau Khan, got aware. Initially, he had a suspicion why these nobles are having a meeting. But now suspicion became a clear cut and there was a complete surety that Ghazi Malik is eyeing the throne with the help of his son and few of the nobles. And this was cleared by Malik Lakhi. He also denied. Third candidate, Muhammad Shah Lur, he accepted and he said that I am ready to come up in the battlefield along with Ghazi Malik. But actually what happened? He came on the battlefield only when this person, Ghazi Malik, sat on the throne. So although he just had a support to this person. Okay. So this person also supported. Husang Shah, he was the governor of Jalore in Rajasthan. He also said that I will support you. Now, a very important person, Ain-ul-Mulk Multani. Okay. Guys, if you remember about Ain-ul-Mulk Multani, correct? We have seen during the time of Alauddin Khilji dispatched Ain-ul-Mulk Multani to capture the region of Malwa. And in yesterday's session, we had seen the historical significance of Gujarat and Malwa. And as discussed, Malwa is the gateway to South. Malwa opens the door of South India. So what happened? Another letter was sent to Ain-ul-Mulk Multani. But there was one problem. When the letter reached Ain-ul-Mulk Multani, he was surrounded by the supporters of Khilji and Khusrau Khan. So at this point of time, he played a very diplomatic game. He knew this, the Ain-ul-Mulk Multani knew this. If I reply immediately that yes, I am supporting you against Khusrau Khan, immediately this nobles will inform Khusrau Khan and Khusrau Khan will get me beheaded. He played a very different game. And what game did he play? He said that immediately Ain-ul-Mulk Multani took this letter and he went to Delhi and informed Khusrau Khan that these people are going to revolt against you. And do not worry, I being the governor of Malwa will support you. Khusrau Khan, it was very clear for him that now attack is going to take place at any time. And at least I have two people supporting me. One is Malik Lakhi and other is Ain-ul-Mulk Multani. Okay? On one hand, Multani, he is saying to Khusrau Khan that I support you. Again, when he comes back to Malwa, he wrote another letter to what we say, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq or Ghazi Malik, and said that I was being surrounded by the Khilji nobles at that time. Hence, in that condition, I had to support the Sultan. But I am assuring you, when you will attack Delhi, okay, my forces will retreat. Although I won't be a direct participant in the battle or war, but I will support you. How? My army will retreat, and in that case, you can capture Delhi. This entire plot was made. Did you understand the plot, guys? Yes? Yes, did you understand the entire plot? For the aspirants, those who have joined late, I'll explain the entire plot again within 2 minutes. For those who did not get this, I'll explain again. Okay? So please pay attention, and if possible, please note this down. And in my every session, I usually keep on saying the aspirants, please have a pen and paper along with you so that you can jot down, you can note down the important points. Okay. Listen to me. Mubarak Shah, Qutbuddin Mubarak Shah, one of the sons of Alauddin Khilji, he was being killed by whom? Khusrau Khan. And Khusrau Khan specifically sat on the throne of Delhi Sultanate, particularly Khilji dynasty. There was another governor who was very loyal to Alauddin Khilji, whose name was Ghazi Malik. Ghazi Malik is also referred as Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Now he wanted to overthrow Khusrau Khan and sit on the throne of Delhi Sultanate. But Ghazi Malik knew that he is not that strong enough in comparison to the army of Khusrau Khan. So single-handedly he cannot defeat Khusrau Khan. So he sought advice from his son Juna Khan, also referred as, his actual name is Fakhruddin Juna or Juna Khan, who is also referred as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So Ghazi Malik sought advice from Juna Khan. And Juna Khan said that we single-handedly cannot defeat Khusrau Khan. We required the support of the distant governors. A secret meeting was called at a place called as Dipalpur. And this meeting was arranged by a person named as Ali Yagdi. In fact, Khusrau Khan came to know about this meeting. He dispatched Shaista Khan, but Shaista Khan could not find anything. 5 to 6 letters were dispatched by father-son duo. That is Ghazi Malik and Juna Khan. The first letter to Behram. He was the governor of Uch. He supported open-handedly to these people. Second letter was dispatched to Mughlati, the governor of Multan. He did not support them. Third letter was dispatched to Malik Lakhi. In fact, rather than not supporting, he informed the entire plot to whom? The entire plot to Khusrau Khan. Husang Shah, the fourth one, the ruler of Jalore. Okay, he supported open-handedly. Muhammad Shah Lur, he also supported. And Mulk Multani, he gave an indirect support. Okay. Now, battle is inevitable. It is unavoidable. And there were two major battles that were being fought. One was Battle of Saraswati and the second was Battle of Lehrawat, which is located near Delhi. In Battle of Saraswati, the army of Khusrau Khan had to face a humiliating defeat. And that was a victorious moment for Ghazi Malik. But Ghazi Malik knew one thing. Rather than sitting on the outskirts of Delhi, we need to attack Delhi directly. Why? Because the main center of the power is Delhi. So what happened? After the humiliating defeat at Battle of Saraswati, again this person, Khusrau Khan, prepared his army. And Ghazi Malik, along with his son Juna Khan or Muhammad bin Tughlaq, were already ready for any sort of battle. They reached near the plain areas of Lehrawat, approximately 10 to 15 kilometers away from Delhi. Now what happened? This person, Khusrau Khan, he had a huge army. And the huge army directly started attacking the army of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Juna Khan, and his father, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. And it is believed that initially they had to face a lot of defeat. They had to face a lot of losses. Who? Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Now, what happened? Almost 500 to 700 soldiers were left with Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. And Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq felt that Now, again, I have to retreat back to Depalpur because at this point of time, Khusrau Khan is getting victorious. Why? Because only 5 to 700 soldiers were left. In this situation, the soldiers of Khusrau Khan, rather than killing those 5 to 700 soldiers, they started looting, they started raiding the nearby areas. And this was seen as an opportunity by Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq because Ghazi Malik, he saw this. What? This person, Khusrau Khan, he was not surrounded by any of the soldiers because everyone was busy in raiding and looting. Immediately he attacked Khusrau Khan, killed him, and the other soldiers started fleeing away from the battlefield. And finally, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq or Ghazi Malik declared himself as the Sultan of Delhi Sultanate, and again there was a dynastic revolution and a new dynasty came on the throne of Delhi Sultanate, and that was Tughlaq dynasty. Yes guys, are the points clear? Any question? Is it clear, guys? Yes, please. Tomorrow's session again would be important one. Yes, probably today itself, I would be coming up with a small 10 minutes video on the first judicial murder of India. And it is a case of Nanda Kumar. Again, a very interesting story of Warren Hastings and Nanda Kumar. So please do watch that video. It will be either coming today or tomorrow at 10 p.m. Hope you got the points. Now, let's understand about the domestic policy. As I have told you, the session won't be much lengthier. It won't be much long. It's just a 35 to 40 minutes session. Yes, tomorrow's session would again be very important because we are going to study about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He was also referred as a wise fool. Apart from this, 5 experiments of Muhammad bin Tughlaq which are very important from the exam perspective, rather it be the prelims or the mains examination. Okay. Now, what was the domestic policy that was being adopted by Ghazi Malik or particularly Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Let's explore. Now, Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, not Muhammad bin Tughlaq. As soon as he sat on the throne, he not only took steps for imperialism, he also took certain steps particularly to revamp the domestic policy. Now, I'll give you a very small example. Now, if you remember what happens, why are actually nobles revolting against the Sultan? One of the major causes for nobles revolting against Sultan is corruption. And why do these nobles fall into corrupt practices? There's one reason behind that. I'll give you a small example about this, how there was lack of transparency and accountability. Please try to co-link the things in an analytical manner. Okay? I'll go back to the slave dynasty period and I'll speak about Iltutmish. We have seen that Iltutmish had initiated one system which is referred as Ikta system. Okay? In Ikta system, rather than paying anyone's salary in cash, a piece of land was given. Whatever money was accrued in the form of taxes, the nobleman used to keep his salary and the excess amount was sent back to the administration. The excess amount that was being sent back to the administration was referred as fawazil. Okay? Ikta system was not hereditary. Iktadars were transferable. Now, one point here is how much money has been collected in the form of taxes. Who is here to look into the accountability and transparency? Nobody. So, here the nobles are falling into corrupt practices. Then comes the time of Alauddin Khilji. And we have seen about Alauddin Khilji that Alauddin Khilji had introduced market reforms. And as a part of market reforms, Alauddin Khilji had divided the market into 4 parts. There was a separate mandi or a separate market. for grains and groceries, separate market for clothes, slaves, separate markets for vegetables, separate market for miscellaneous commodities. And stock hoarding was not allowed. Why? Because Alauddin Khilji had to maintain a huge army. Yesterday itself we had seen that he had more than 4,75,000 cavalrymen, just cavalrymen, not the entire army. And so in that case, what did he do? He came up with a, what we say, price regulation policy. The prices were fixed. Stock hoarding were not allowed. And who will take care of everything? Market superintendent. The market superintendent was referred as Shahana-e-Mandi. Okay? But Shahana-e-Mandi can fall into corrupt practices. So what happens in that case? Please try and understand the concepts, okay? So what happens in that case? Shahana-e-Mandi can fall into corrupt practices, and there were separate officers who were spies. So there was no proper system of checks and balances on the market superintendent. Okay? Hence these nobles got powerful. So one of the major thing here was attraction towards more and more money. That led the nobles to fall into corrupt practices. And this was observed by Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. It is believed that Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, what did he do? Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he increased the salary of the officers. Okay, so that they are not involved in any corrupt practices. So he paid them very well. I'll give you another example. There is another ruler of Tughlaq dynasty, also referred as Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz Shah Tughlaq also observed this. So what did he do? He also started, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, another department of pension. Okay, Diwan-e-Ishtiyaq department. And Ishtiyaq department was a pension department. Even after the retirement from the army or the noblemen, they were given excess amount that was in the form of pension, so that they would serve loyally to the Sultanate without falling into any corrupt practices. And the step here was being initiated by whom? Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. That was again later followed by Akbar. Have you heard about one of the Mughal rulers, Akbar? During his court, there was reverse brain drain. What is reverse brain drain? There were many officers who came from Central Asia and who were working in the court of Akbar. Why? Because Akbar paid them well. The salary was increased 10 to 20 times. So for the first time, to contain embezzlement and corruption, the step was being taken by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq or Ghazi Malik. Okay. Now, if you remember about the time of Jalaluddin Khilji, okay. At the time of Jalaluddin Khilji, I've told you what happened at that time. Jalaluddin Khilji, he was a very generous ruler. He had a very lenient attitude towards his nobles. But this leniency sometimes was mistakenly taken by the nobles. And one such noble was Siddhi Maula. Many historians believe that Siddhi Maula had a good connection with a Sufi saint referred as Baba Fariduddin Ganj Shakar or Baba Farid. And there was a plot to dethrone Jalaluddin Khilji. And finally, Jalaluddin Khilji killed whom? Siddhi Maula. So here what happened particularly? A lot of liberal grants was given to the Sufi saints at that time. So this person, Ghazi Malik, what did he? He announced that all the Sufi saints should return back the money that was given by the previous rulers in the form of liberal grants. And at that time, the Sufi saint was Mehboob-e-Ilahi or Nizamuddin Auliya. The Sufi saint of particularly, it is believed that Chishti Silsila. There are many different Sufi saints belonging to Chishti Silsila. Sheikh Muinuddin Chishti, whose dargah is located in Ajmer. Kutubuddin Bhakhtiyar Kaki. Nizamuddin, before Nizamuddin Auliya, Baba Fariduddin Ganj Shakar or Baba Farid. Followed by Nizamuddin Auliya, also referred as Mehboob-e-Ilahi or beloved of Allah or God. And then comes Chirag-e-Dilli. All these are the Sufi saints of Chishti Silsila. So at that time, Nizamuddin Auliya, he was a Sufi saint. And he had more than 5 to 7 lakh tankas. And Ghazi Malik ordered immediately all the Sufi saints should return back the liberal grants given to them by the previous rulers, to which it is believed that Nizamuddin Auliya ji denied. At this point of time, Ghazi Malik could not do anything because of the popularity of Nizamuddin Aulia. Okay. Apart from this, he started the postal runner service. Rather than saying he started, he actually, what we say, rather than saying started, he actually took forward. Like the postal runner service was being initiated in 1296 by Alauddin Khilji. But it was taken further by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. How? There were two kind of postal runners. One, those who used to run on the foot and take the messages for 4 to 5 miles. Such were referred as dawa or foot runners. And there were certain postal runners who used to take the message on the horses for 7 to 8 miles, and they were referred as uluk. I repeat, dawa. Please note the terminologies. As I've told you previously, UPSC usually has a tendency to ask questions on the terminologies. So, dawa, they were foot soldiers, and uluk particularly were the horse runners. Okay, so they were foot runners and they were horse runners. Now, these two also finds mention in a book called as Kitab ul Rehla or Safarnama Rehla. And the book Kitab ul Rihla, I'll repeat, the book Kitab ul Rihla or Safarnama Rehla was written by Ibn Battuta. And Ibn Battuta was a Moroccan traveler who also worked as the Qazi in the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq in the coming years. So he wrote a book called as Kitabul Rihla or Safarnama Rihla. And in that book, he mentions about the postal runners such as dawa, that is foot runners, and uluk, that is horse runners. So the actual genesis goes back to Alauddin Khilji. It was further taken forward by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Correct? Another important thing, like this person, he also was the first sultan to take steps on canals for the purpose of irrigation. Like as soon as the name agriculture comes into picture, as soon as the name irrigation comes into the picture, many historians have cited an example of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was the first sultan of Delhi Sultanate to start a separate department of agriculture. And that department was referred as Diwan-e-Kohi department. I repeat, Muhammad bin Tughlaq had initiated a department referred as Diwan-e-Kohi department, which is a department related to agriculture. Okay, he started the practice of irrigations, canals and so on, which was further taken forward by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. And Firoz Shah Tughlaq, it is believed that he has constructed more than 840 canals across India, as per historian Farishta. And these canals in Persian word were referred as Rajwah. So Firoz Shah Tughlaq, he had taken steps for canal irrigation. But the actual genesis for this goes back to Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq has taken a lot of steps particularly not only in the what we say imperialism, but also in the domestic policy. So I'll repeat the point again within next 30 seconds. Pay attention carefully. So this person, to contain corruption, to contain the corrupt practices and embezzlement of the nobles, he increased their salary. Okay. Apart from this, he started the postal runner system, and particularly the postal runners, dawa were the foot runners and the horse runners were referred as uluk. They also find mention in a book called as Kitab ul Rihla or Safarnama Rihla, written by what we say Ibn Battuta, who was a Moroccan traveler in the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Second point. Third major point as a part of domestic policy that you need to remember is he started the practice of canal irrigation. So he supported agricultural practices at that time. And in the words of Amir Khusrau, like Amir Khusrau writes about this person Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he never did anything that was replete with wisdom and sense. Apart from this, he used to wear 100 doctor's hood under his crown. Simple words, he majorly had solution for all the administrative problems. And this was a statement given by Amir Khusrau, who is also called as Tuti-e-Hind, parrot of India. Tutiye Hind title was given to Amir Khusrau by Alauddin Khilji. We had seen this yesterday. Amir Khusrau is also referred as father of Qawwali. So that was a statement given by Amir Khusrau regarding Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So this was majorly concerning his administrative policies and the domestic policy. Now let's talk about the imperialistic approach that was being followed by this person, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Hope so the points are clear till here, guys. Yes. I hope the points are clear. Okay. Is there any doubt? Now let's talk about the domestic policy or the foreign policy. The foreign policy, rather than saying foreign policy, the actual word here is the policy of imperialism or expansionism. Okay. Now let's talk about Warangal initially. Telangana. Okay. Pay attention carefully. Now let's speak about Warangal or Telangana, what we had seen previously. If you remember Malik Kafur's time, correct? I'll repeat the points again for the aspirants, those who are new to the platform. They can easily calling the things that we have studied yesterday. The major expeditions in the northern part of India of Alauddin Khilji were led by Ulugh Khan, Nusrat Khan, Zafar Khan and personally Alauddin Khilji. But the major part of the expeditions led by Alauddin Khilji in southern part of India was led by Malik Kafur, also referred as Manikya. He is also referred as Hazar Dinara. And as I have told you, initially the first expedition was led by Malik Kafur against whom? The ruler of Devgiri, the Yadwas of Devgiri, Ramchandra Dev. The second major expedition led by Malik Kafur was against Kakatiyas of Warangal. And at that time, Kakatiyas of Warangal, the ruler was Pratap Rudra Dev. And Pratap Rudra Dev, he had to face a humiliating defeat. But Pratap Rudra Dev accepted to accept the suzerainty of Alauddin Khilji and pay annual tribute to the Delhi Sultanate. Okay? Later on, Malik Kafur attacked Dwar Samudra ruler, that is Veer Ballal III of the Hoysalas. Then he also attacked the Pandyan region and installed Sundar Pandya on the throne, who agreed to pay annual tribute to the Delhi Sultanate. We had seen this yesterday. So in simple words, Pratap Rudra Dev of Warangal, he accepted to pay annual tribute, okay, to Alauddin Khilji. As discussed earlier, after the death of Alauddin Khilji, there was a complete chaotic situation. There was a lot of chaos around the region of Delhi. And in this chaotic situation, Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq sat on the throne of Delhi. By the time, in the meantime, what happened? This person, Pratap Rudra Dev Ji of Warangal, of the Kakatiyas, declared himself as independent, and he said that I won't be paying a single penny as a tribute from now onwards to Delhi Sultanate. Ghiyasuddin, he sat on the throne, and immediately Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he dispatched one of his son, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, to contain the ruler of Kakatiyas, Pratap Rudra Dev, because he had not paid tribute for like 1 or 2 years, and he has declared himself as independent and denied paying any further tributes to Delhi Sultanate. Juna Khan or Muhammad bin Tughlaq came to Telangana. He attacked the regions of what we say Kakatiyas, and he plundered or looted the territories around them. Okay? He plundered or looted the territories around them. And what happened further? Yes, somebody had asked me a question, I guess Aarti ji, who started Diwane-Kohi department. Diwane-Kohi department was started by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. I had just given the reference here. Okay, coming back to the story. So this person came, he started plundering the region of the Warangal. He defeated Pratap Rudra Dev. And apart from defeating Pratap Rudra Dev has an able commander whose name is Nayak Gana, also referred as Yugandhar, Both of them were taken into captive and were taken to Delhi. And it is believed that on the way, this person, Pratap Rudradev, he could not, he could not face this humiliating defeat and committed suicide in Narmada River. Many historians believe that he committed suicide in the Narmada River, and his able commander, whose name was Nayak Gana or Yugandhar, he was later converted into Islam and his new name was Malik Makbul. Okay? So this was a story of Telangana or Warangal. Excuse me. Is it clear? I'll repeat the points again. Pratap Rudradev had not paid tributes to Delhi Sultanate. In fact, he had declared himself as independent. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the Sultan of Tughlaq dynasty, as he sat on the throne, he sent his son Juna Khan or Muhammad bin Tughlaq to capture the region of Warangal. Pratap Rudradev was defeated. He was taken into captive along with one of his able commanders whose name was Nayak Gana, also referred as Yugandhar. When they were taken to Delhi, what happened? Pratap Rudradev, as per many historians, committed suicide in the river Narmada by drowning himself. And secondly, Nayak Gana or Yugandhar, what did he do? He was converted into Islam and his new name was Malik Makbul, one of the loyal, servants or slaves in the coming years of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Now, when Juna Khan was sent to the region of Warangal, on the way back, he directly did not come to Delhi. He visited the place of Utkal. Utkal means Odisha. And here, he plundered the region of Utkal for 1 or 2 days. He was able to capture more than 50 elephants and many of the valuable articles. As I have told you from the time of Mahmud of Ghazni, one of the major aspects for attacking the region of eastern India, particularly Utkal or Odisha, was to acquire the elephants from that region. I have also talked about Megasthenes Indica. And in Megasthenes Indica, it has been specifically mentioned by Megasthenes that Indian elephants are stronger than Libyan elephants. Mahmud of Ghazni took many elephants to Kabul along with the artisans. Same was done by Muhammad Ghori. Same is done by Juna Khan or Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So from Delhi, he came to Warangal. From Warangal, he went to Odisha, the eastern part of India, looted that region and then moves to Delhi. Now comes the actual game, how Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq died. Okay? Was the death of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq actually a mystery? Was the death of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq actually a planned mystery by his son, Juna Khan or Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Okay. Or was the death of this person, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, a curse given by Nizamuddin Auliya, a Chishti Silsila Sufi saint? So let's explore this. Okay. Now, Bengal. There was a war of succession going on in the region of Bengal. Okay. So the governor of Bengal at that time was Shamsuddin Firoz Shah. Pay attention carefully. Governor of Bengal was Shamsuddin Firoz Shah. Shamsuddin Firoz Shah, he passed away. He died. And there was a war of succession going on between 3 sons of Shamsuddin Firoz Shah. The 3 sons were Ghiyasuddin, Shihabuddin and Nasiruddin. Please do not get confused. Shamsuddin Firoz Shah, he was the governor of Bengal. He passed away. He died. He had 3 sons. Now, a war of succession began after his death between his 3 sons. His 3 sons were Ghiyasuddin, Nasiruddin and Shihabuddin. Okay? Now what happened? Ghiyasuddin, he took all the territories from Shihabuddin. He defeated him. Okay? And he gained the control over the entire region of Bengal. And Nasiruddin, he did not get anything. I repeat, Ghiyasuddin, he attacked his own brother Shihabuddin and acquired everything. And this person, Nasiruddin, he did not get anything. He got annoyed. He got infuriated. So what did he do? He went to Delhi to meet Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq or Ghazi Malik. And Ghazi Malik now decided to help this person, Nasiruddin. Okay? Nasiruddin and Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq attacked Ghiyasuddin. Okay? And when they attacked, he was being defeated. This person, Nasiruddin, he sat on the throne of Bengal as the governor now and decided to pay an annual tribute to Delhi Sultanate. So, the expedition of Bengal, personally led by Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, was successful. Hope so the points are clear. Yes? Yes, Anish, good afternoon. I'll repeat the points again. During the time of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the governor of Bengal was, yes, Shamsuddin Firoz Shah. He passed away, he died. He had 3 sons and there was a war of succession between these 3 sons. The eldest son, Ghiyasuddin, took the entire territory. Nasiruddin was left with nothing. So he sought help from Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the ruler of Delhi Sultanate or Tughlaq dynasty. He came along, he defeated the elder brother and he installed Nasiruddin on the throne on a condition that he will pay the annual tribute to Delhi Sultanate. And he became one of the governors of East Bengal. Got it? So this is about particularly the attack on Bengal. Now comes the plot of the death of whom? Now comes the plot of the death particularly of Ghazi Malik. What happened? The expedition led by Ghazi Malik in the region of Bengal, it was a successful expedition. And he was coming back. And when he was coming back, just on the outskirts of Delhi, a pavilion was being erected. A pavilion was being constructed to welcome him. Okay? In Hindi, the pavilion is referred as Shamiana. So a pavilion was being constructed. Now this person, he comes in. Okay. Now when this person enters into the pavilion or Shamiana, and he just stands on that pavilion, and he was just going to address his nobles and the soldiers, what happened? The entire roof structure of the pavilion collapsed on him. And as soon as the roof structure collapsed on him, it is believed that he died. He was being crushed. And immediately there itself, Juna Khan or Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he sat on the throne of Delhi Sultanate and became the most important ruler. One part of the story. Second part of the story. Juna Khan probably might have made a plan to kill or dethrone his own father. As per many historians. Why? It is believed that when this person, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Ghazi Malik, he was coming from the successful expedition of Bengal, when the pavilion was being made, it is believed that the bottom structure or the supporting structure of the pavilion was purposely made loose. And the roof structure of the pavilion was purposely made heavy. And there were 2 elephants that were standing near the loose structure of the, what we say, pavilion. And one of the elephant, with the help of its foot, it hit the loose structure and the entire structure collapsed on Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq or Ghazi Malik. And this was an entire plot as per many historians by his son Muhammad bin Tughlaq or Juna Khan. So that was one of the story. Okay. Another story narrates that it was a curse of Nizamuddin Auliya or a Sufi saint that played a very crucial or a major role in the death of whom? In the death of this person, Ghazi Malik. Now what was that story? Now, as soon as Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, this is a cursed story of the fort of Tughlaqabad that was being constructed by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Now, as soon as Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he sat on the throne of Delhi Sultanate, although he had defeated Mongols on 29 occasions along with the Khiljis, but still he wanted to secure India from the attack of Mongols at that time. So he decided to construct a fort. And that fort is referred as Tughlaqabad Fort, whose construction was started by, what we say, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Now, what happened? At the same time, Nizamuddin Aulia was constructing a Bauli. Bauli basically means a step well in his Khanka. Khanka is a place where the Sufi saints used to live. So at the same time, Nizamuddin Aulia was constructing a Bauli or a step well, and at the same time, this person initiated the construction of Tughlaqabad Fort. Now what happened? Now the workers used to work at the daytime in Tughlaqabad Fort by taking money from this person, Ghazi Malik. And they used to work free of cost for Sufi Saint Nizamuddin Aulia ji for construction of a Bauli, for the construction of a step well. And what happened? With the passage of time, these workers denied what? These workers, they were getting late in the construction of the Tughlaqabad Fort. After some time, Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq came to know about this, that these workers are involved in two works. Hence, they are not able to, construct the Tughlaqabad Fort fast. So, what did he do? He stopped the oil supply to the site of Nizamuddin Aulia's Bauli. When he stopped the oil supply, what happened? It is believed that when there is no oil, the workers won't be able to work in the night. So, this was a plan done by Ghazi Malik. And this was a plan as per Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So, Nizamuddin Aulia, he got very angry. So that I am constructing a step well for the welfare of the people. Rather than supporting me, the Sultan is creating a hindrance, he is creating an obstacle. So what happened? It is believed that as per many Sufi, scholars, as per many Islamic scholars, the Sufi saint Nizamuddin Aulia or Mehboob-e-Illahi had miraculous powers. And the water of the step well, through his miraculous powers, was converted into oil. And in that case, after some time, the workers denied working for this person, Ghazi Malik. Ghazi Malik came to know about this and he killed all the workers. And after that, he led an expedition to Bengal. And Nizamuddin Aulia, when he was coming from Bengal to again back to Delhi, Nizamuddin Aulia said a word, Hunuz Dilli Dur Ast. In simple words, Hunuz Dilli Dur Ast. Delhi abhi dur hai. Simple words, Delhi is too far and probably you won't come to Delhi. So it is believed that I have told you the entire story about the death of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So it is believed that the curse of Nizamuddin Aulia might have killed Ghazi Malik or Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay, so that was a story of Tughlaqabad, which is also referred as one of the cursed fort. And Tughlaqs are also referred as the Quranwa Turks. This was a beautiful story of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq or Ghazi Malik. Ghazi basically means the slayer of infidels or victorious. Hope you understood Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, guys. Any question, any query, any doubt? Anish, you have asked me a question. Annual tribute. Annual tribute is particularly the share that has been decided initially. For example, if I am a sultan and I have attacked a particular region, that person has agreed to pay an annual tribute. So through a consensus, the money would be decided that this much money you are going to pay me on annual basis. That is annual tribute. Hope Anish, I have answered your question. Okay. So guys, tomorrow's session again would be very important one. The students who are new to the platform, you can watch my previous videos as a part of playlist. I have covered the videos on modern Indian history. I have made certain videos on ancient Indian history. Apart from this, you can see the videos on who killed Azad. There are certain videos which are a part of knowledge boosters. Who introduced water hyacinth in India? Okay, as I have told you, today or tomorrow I will be coming up with another video on the first judicial murder of India, the case of Nand Kumar and Warren Hastings. So these are the knowledge boosters video. Okay. Tomorrow I'll start with Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Again, very important. Why he was called as a wise sultan. What all steps were taken by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. What are the 5 failed experiments of Muhammad bin Tughlaq? We are going to explore that in tomorrow's video. GS Foundation Batch P2I, Prelims to Interview, Morning Batch 2026. Okay, the admissions will close on 30th of June 2025. And time and again, guys, I've told you one important aspect. It's not only about the videos or the lectures that I'm giving you. It's also about the answer writing. Proper answer writing technique would be taught to you, particularly in these batches. What is the approach of UPSC towards answer writing? Okay, what approach needs to be followed in the prelims examination? What approach needs to be followed in the mains examination? Which books to read and which books we can avoid? I would be telling you all these things as a part of resolution batch. The admission will close on 30th of June. It's a morning batch. And to avail the benefits of this batch, you can use my code ALOK Live, which is also flashing on your screen. I'll repeat the code ALOK Live. Okay, guys? And aspirants who are new to the platform can download the PDF of the sessions and the previous sessions from my Telegram channel, history_Alok Oja. Okay. Yes, please do not get confused. Ulugh Khan, particularly, I'll tell you one more thing. Balban's just a second. Balban's original name was Ulugh Khan. Apart from this, Ulugh Khan was also the name of one of the military commanders of Alauddin Khilji. So please do not get confused. There are many Ulugh Khan. Okay, Yash? So guys, with this, I'll stop my session and thank you and have a wonderful day.